All right, everybody, we are here with our first Newtype challenge winner, Sergio. He got a pretty interesting deck here. I want to go ahead and profile for you guys. Get it on the channel. So, Sergio, what'd you end up playing?
I played Zaft White. So just Zaft, full Zaft deck with some of the best cards from White. You know, some blockers, command cards, etc., etc. Good matches today. I played just about everything meta relevant. Round one was against a friend that I just got into the game, so it feels bad, but you know, it was a good match on the low. You almost won. You almost won. It was close. But besides that, great time, great players. Feels really good. But yeah, we'll just get into it. We have 3 copies of Gin. You just want to see it early. After that, it's kind of dead, so I don't want to play 4 of it. 2 Din. And 2 Gundam Lifrith, best blocker in the game. It's kind of mandatory, so much rush, and it just changes the pace of the games for everybody.
Do you feel like with the 2, it felt pretty good to see it? And some people are usually around like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I tried 4. I saw it too much. I tried 3, and it was all right. But I mean, honestly, I think 2 is fine, and I really like the burst ability of Striker Pack. So that's like kind of like the other extra copies of this card. Sure. Yeah, like those are kind of like all the little cards. Your main attacker, of course, is Duel. Duel's awesome. The breach is good. The stat line is good. The cost is good. It's the best card of the deck you max out on. You just keep this alive, and lives. You know, they're losing shields and shields over and over. So it's awesome. After that, 3 Lego. Kind of a similar purpose. I use this to crash into big units and knock out smaller units. So like tokens and other things like that. You put an Atherin under it. You buff it with a Buster, and it puts the game in your favor, or even more in your favor. So that's like your more key cards, your more higher end cards, obviously. 4 Buster, best card in the deck. I used to play 1 of this, and then I thought the card sucked. I was bad, and yeah, no, it's the best card in the deck. It makes everything good.
The restanding after you support to support again is pretty insane. Plus, is also you'd be able to do that, and then just it does so much. It's on a cheap body for 2 as well.
Yeah, exactly. It only costs you 2, so on like a 4 curve, you'll drop 2 units, and and this being one of them, and you just go wide. It's really nice. Or you put this with a pilot without having to burn your EX resource. But you know, the ability to restand is huge. You can play around unforeseen incident with it. You know, you'll buff one of your smaller units by it once, and then if you see, you're worried that the only way you're going to lose this game is if this doesn't work, you can just do it again, and you will knock something out with it.
Yeah.
So we'll do that, as well as similar concept. You're also your main, one of your best units, the MA mode of the Aegis. It's cool. It's sick. I don't like 4 of it. 3 is just an awkward number to play. It's got a great stat line, but it's just, I don't know. The 3 is weird. You need to see a pilot with it. Otherwise, in the mid to late game, your opponents just have so much HP. It's just not doing enough on its own. Not without a Buster. So I want to see it. You see a lot of cards in the deck, and most Gundam decks, I'm not worried about seeing a 4th. And then 2 copies of the Aegis. Just awesome card. And then 1 copy of the Blitz. I also played 2 copies of the Assault Shroud. I love Assault Shroud. It's bad. It's really bad. But when it works, it feels incredible. I used to play 3 of it. Now I'm down to 2, and I like it at 2. I tend to pitch it, depending on the state of the game, off of some of the other cards in the deck that if I have to discard with. But it's pretty cool. But that's about all the mid-range stuff.
Any changes to maybe these numbers here for this, or?
This card was incredible.
Okay.
I kind of want to play 2 of this. This kept in about 2 of my matches. It kept one of these alive a lot longer than it needed to, and it did the math where you would just take enough shield. You just took 1 too many shields with this. You took 1 too many units with it. This card does a lot. I kind of want to see it more, but it costs 3, so I don't know. I'm torn about it. I'm really torn about it. But
the first rate plus the breach it's pretty strong. I know some lists before when it was just like a red-white with little Zaft, maybe it didn't do as much, but now you have so many supporting units that work with each other so well that you can like get a lot of effects off that you're only really seeing in like green and things like that.
It feels like the deck's a big puzzle, and when you put the pieces together, like something like this and a Buster Gundam. I mean, it's just there's no value. It's incredible. It feels really, really good. But I do still play some high-end stuff. I'm playing 3 copies of the Justice. So obviously it pairs with Atherin. It actually gives you 2 attacks, so it's offensive as well as defensive if you really want to use it that way. It adds another blocker to the deck. It's super nice, super nice card. You can use multiple copies of it. That you summon a new one that creates a token, and if you have Atherin under this, you can make that new token swing. It just does a lot for you.
Yeah.
It's a really good late game card to see. But that's it for the units. Pilots is pretty simple. 4 Atherin. The entire deck kind of revolves around Atherin. 2 Izak, just one of the better pilots for Zaft, and 2 Dirka because it pairs with the Buster Gundam, and I mean it works with all the other guys. Lego, Duel. It gives a 1/1 stat line. It gives you see some more cards. It's just really good card. You get to draw some cards off Izak. You just see a lot of stuff in the deck. But that's it for pilots, like direct pilot cards. Some of the command cards that we're playing is obviously 4 copies of Overflowing Affection, 1 copy of Stealth Stratagem. This actually not the best card in the world, but it's still a pilot, and it does deal with smaller units in aggro. It does help you finish off smaller things. Like I think I used it to knock out a Grandpa Gundam earlier. Like it was awesome. I didn't have to trade so much into it. I traded like a Jin and plus this into it. It was nice. It gives an HP stat line, which is important in the deck to play around wings, so your stuff isn't 3 HP or less. Super nice. Battle of Aces, just some generic removal. Striker pack. I cut this down to 1. I want to play 2 of it again. It's just so strong.
Because then it becomes that 4th copy of Elfrith as well.
Right, a 4th copy of Elfrith.
Is so broken.
Exactly. It just does so much for you, and like it pairs really well with the ability to do more damage with some of the other command cards, as well as let go. It just even if you don't knock out a unit with it, it's just super good. The best card in the deck, the Witch and the Bride. And day 1, been in the deck. I will never remove it. I will never increase the number. This card is insane. It skips your opponent's last turn. It's just a lot. Your opponent will waste a lot of resources to put a 5 HP or lower unit on the field. You just return that to the hand. It just does more than I think a lot of people are giving it credit for. One of my favorite cards in the deck. Definitely worth keeping. And then for the bases, 2 Gamao, just some more Breach. It's a 2/1, so you can play it on turn 2, so it doesn't feel so bad. A lot of my games I ended up going first, not really by choice. So it was nice to be able to play a card and see another card, and it usually got me something that I would need in the subsequent turns. 1 Versalis, love this card, just doesn't do enough. A tech card, Roloa. It just, for tokens, aggro decks, just ping something, it's fucking awesome. And then lastly, another one of the best cards in the deck, Kusanagi, dude.
Yeah, you put me onto it. It being able to just bounce can really save you like a game, or even just like just be an extra clear of a body on board that you really can't get rid of at the moment.
In my final match with Unicorn Gundam, my opponent ended up blocking one of my units that made his 6/6 Ale Strike down, to 3 HP. And playing this and bouncing it back, he didn't have the ability to finish off this shield, and had no shields left. So he wasn't able to get through it with his 2/2 GM. So this card won me the game, 100%. That and luck. He didn't have a Unicorn Gundam to pair his 1 of 3 links to it. But yeah, no, that's just the deck. That's basically it. I feel good about it. I'm real happy with the turnout today, and yeah, I'm just shocked. I was not planning on winning, not at all.
Awesome, bro. Well, thanks so much for the profile, and hopefully in the next Newtype challenge, you can continue the streak. So we'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.